We're split behind, just going, hello, Eels, how are we doing?
Fine, thank you, Ken.
Yes, I was,
So,
I was, I was getting sidetracked with DMs, and
yeah, me too.
I had to put away. Yes, it's tough at the top, isn't it? I mean, I've had so many today. It's just gone. It's gone potty. But
How
that's
many
the.
did you get
I
today?
lost count in the end. I lost count in the end. So you get to the stage where you just going bouncing around all the time from all the different
Yeah, I
DMs.
have a flip through about.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've been sending. I mean, it just keeps going pop, pop. It's just.
Let it pop. Just let it pop.
Yeah. So how are we? We're both actually here together. Look at that. We started together.
Oh, huh?
And today we're officially halfway through day 25. So
Already. Already.
already day 25. Look at that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's incredible, huh? So, yes, and I asked for your list for a reason. I'm gonna have to jump back and find your but I might just get you to read it out. It might be just as easy. Because my subject there was are you actually busy marketing? Words to that effect.
What
Yes,
you think? What you reckon?
yeah, yeah. This is not directed at you, obviously. This is a general sort of question out there
Yeah,
to people because and you, I think you already know where it's heading, because we know what we do and we know what other people class as busy, you know. And obviously, it's come from another conversation where someone said they've been struggling, they've not been getting many leads, and yada yada yada. So then we asked that all important question. So tell me, what have you been doing so far?
So
And then
far, I only
and
did
then
yesterday a summary of only yesterday, and yesterday is my busiest day. Monday is
yeah,
always my busiest day, and what I did
but
is
yes, but
joining
this go on. Say
is joining 4 lives total in 6 hours because one live was a training 1-to-1. That's 3 hours, but yeah, you have to be there. You're getting scooped and everything ripped apart and how to do it. Learn a lot. Filling in my automations, writing a script for those automations, DMing over 60 that I removed the crypto, the sugar daddies, and the solo ad vendors. So I have 5 DMs in total that were remaining, and I'm answering them. I did an update on my daily tasks, so I made my flip through. Having chats and run throughs with my dominator, editing that I did, and doing my social media, and I studied. So I did
and this
70
is
hours our day
and
yesterday.
this is and yes, you said yesterday was normally your busiest day,
Hmm.
but that's not far off a normal day either, though, is it?
No,
Let's be
it's
honest.
in my normal job.
Yeah. And
It's
this is the point
also
of today. This is the point of today, is because I mean I entitled it "Are you actually busy marketing?" Because I had yet another conversation. Most of my lives come from a conversation. I think, right, that's it. I'm going to get this one out here. That's why I messaged you this morning and said, "Can you do me a quick list?" Because I knew what your list was going to be like. I just knew, because I know how hard you work. I know how hard you work. But I had a conversation yet
yeah,
again with someone who said, I'm struggling to get some interest, da, 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 da. The
yeah.
usual sort of things we get. So I asked that question. I said to them, okay, that's fine. Let's see if I can help you with that. What have you been doing so far? Oh, I've been really busy. That's how I got the title, you see. I've been really
Great.
busy. Brilliant. Brilliant. So I said, what have you actually been doing? And then here it comes. Then we have the,
Here it comes.
you know what's coming. Oh, well, I've got my link and I've posted it a couple of times on my timeline. Okay, what I've posted in a couple of groups, right? And then and you can just sort of say, okay, and I was going to make a reel, but I haven't got around to doing it yet. And I did put it in a traffic exchange. So then I said, right, okay, and how's that working for you? Well, I knew the answer. I've not had any interest yet. And I said, okay. And I said, do you mind me? Is that all you have done so far? Yes. And I've had nothing, not one lead, nothing. So then I said to him, I said, listen, I tried to, you trying to sort of, half of you wants to sort of say, You ain't doing nowhere near enough, but you can't obviously speak to these people like that. But then you got to say, listen, what you're doing, unfortunately, has been. I normally say to people, unfortunately, it's not your fault. You've actually been taught wrong. You've had poor training, and most of it comes from these programs because they've probably said to you, grab your link, post it on social media, and then you'll get people to join or you'll get sales. And they went, yes, that's exactly what I've been shown. I said, here lies the problem. I said, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. And I said, my day, your day, etc., is, that's why I asked you for your list. And I obviously had jotted out my list, which I'm just going to find somewhere. My computer.
But notice I'm in 2 programs. I am a workaholic. I want to do it perfect. And that's me. And I have quality time with my dominators and really quality time with those that I know are good.
Well, mine yesterday,
those dominators I did it going really to do quick. That for them.
Exactly. It's a rinse and repeat process that we do. We teach people. My one yesterday, I sort of run through from what I did in the morning, and this is a typical day. So I said I caught up on all my DM messages, comments, and friend requests, etc. I created the new current banner for the live. I scheduled the live stream, which goes out to my timeline, the group, and YouTube. I made my morning Facebook post. I sent the first batch of messages, which go out with friend requests. That was a total of 25. And then yesterday we were out in the morning, come back. Then I do my Facebook Live. Then I have to follow up with all the messages and the requests that come from that first batch. Yesterday I actually ordered some traffic for a test run from somewhere. I helped 2 dominators with queries and had a few chats with them, got them sorted out. I then scheduled my second batch of messages and requests, which was another 25. And then I made a Facebook reel and a story. And this was just an average day, easily average day. And sometimes it's a lot more if I put some more content out. And when you sort of relay this to people, this is what I'm doing, then it comes up, oh, wow, I don't have time for that. This we get another one. Hey, Carl's listening. How you doing, Carl? And it's just a case of, you need to make the time, as we cover this. We seem to cover the same sort of subjects.
I didn't do that much in the beginning too, but I learned to build it up, and I'm choose to do so much.
And it does become part of your routine, doesn't it? It's just a daily routine that we do, isn't it? You fit it into your day, you fit it into your routine, and you find a way to do it. I mean, yes, I'm now using that. The Facebook software that I sent you a link for yesterday to your friend. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but at the moment it's really helping, because I last night, because I was so caught up on some messages, I set that to run slower in the evening. So I left it overnight, and this morning my inbox was just blowing up from but again, I come straight into got a load of DMs to catch up on, friend requests to catch up on, like you said, weed out the crypto nuts and the solo ad vendors and anybody else that I just don't want to. So we've got somebody else saying, someone else is talking from the group, so am I. I know you're from the group because you've got no picture. So that's from the live group. There is a link inside the group on the live description. It says streamyard.com/Facebook. If you click on that, it will allow your details to be shown. But otherwise, if you're from the group, I don't actually know who you are. So, but this is what it gets down to. And I'm sure I know that you hear this, Vittles, when people say, when you ask that question, when I had a question from a dominator or a guy that was on my team, that I think he's the one that went, funny enough, that said, I'm not getting anywhere. I've been trying so hard. And you asked him again, what are you doing? And we generally get the same things back. And you must get it with people like Lees that you talk to, when they say, I'm not getting any results. And when it boils down to 9 times out of 10, they're not doing enough. And especially if they're quite new, they seem to be disillusioned.
And sometimes I get angry. I'm not a type that gets angry, but then I get disappointed angry. You know what I mean? Yeah. I ask, are you posting? Yeah, I'm posting enough, and at least 3 times a day. Good. But what I see, what he posts are games he's playing. Those are the posts. And I get an invite to play the game too. So I was wondering, what is this? And I was looking.
What is
I was
this?
like, yeah, this is not what we mean about posting. Huh?
Okay, we got someone joining us. Here we go. Is this one of yours as well? We have Bob joining us.
No, that's Bob. Oh, VIP Bob.
Oh, not another VIP. Oh, look.
Yes.
You know what you're gonna have? I'm gonna have Dr. M on my back again if you carry on with it.
Oh yes,
you know,
yes, Dr. M back. Hi, Bob.
Yes.
Hey guys, how you doing?
How you doing, Bob? Nice for you to join us. Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
Nice as another new phase. I'm going to hire you as my personal assistant because you're pretty much there.
I don't
already.
have the time.
You know, you just don't have the time, but you'll make time. But she's marketing my life for me, and she's doing a wonderful job. She's getting all the VIPs on board. So great to see you, Bob. I was going to bring in a couple of comments from Carl. Carl's first of all has said, "Yes, I don't do enough, but I do an hour when I wake up. Then, as now I have some more time." But Carl, you've been different. You had to have some time away for a little while. You're getting back into the groove. You've definitely been helped by Dr. M, and you're now finding the time to. One, you're now turning to sharp for the lives. That's a big thing in itself. And you're starting to get a bit more involved. And he's just added a comment as well. It's a question of writing down what you need to do and fit that into the time you have. Absolutely. Yes. It's creating that routine and just fitting it around your day, exactly what we do. So Bob, you can jump in. Your VIP, the subject of today's live was, are you actually busy marketing? Because it came from yet another DM conversation that I had where a guy came to me with the usual, I don't seem to be getting any results. So I asked, can you tell me what exactly you've been doing? And then it's the usual. They come back with, I've posted the link on my timeline. I've posted in a couple of Make Money groups, and I've done the traffic exchange, the usual sort of things that we hear. And then you try and politely say to them, this is nowhere near enough. And unfortunately, a lot of people are misled by programs that tell them to do these things and expect the results.
It doesn't happen that way. All right, just a little bit about myself. I started back in March, no idea what I was letting myself in for. No idea about affiliate marketing, nothing. Completely green as green can be. And so it's been a steep learning curve. And yet people on the internet gurus, whatever you want to call them, kind of like, yes, press that magic button and the money comes spewing out at you. No, it doesn't. No such thing.
No.
So the hardest thing for me has been learning about what affiliate marketing is all about, and really not to sell it to anybody. It's not selling. We're here to help. That's the first thing I have to wrap my head around. We're here to help. So those who want to be helped, you can't help people who don't want to be helped. And the second thing I have had to learn is that I need to get myself into a regular routine. Have a DMO, have a daily checklist of things I have to do. Doing it once or twice a week isn't going to cut it.
No, it doesn't.
It's being consistent and bloody persistent that's going to move the needle. And moving the needle doesn't on doing the tasks that will move the needle, not just putting a few Facebook posts up, but really pulling yourself out of your comfort zone and being in a place where you're very uncomfortable, learning new skills, talking to people, and being yourself, not a fake version of yourself or anything, but not fake it till you make it, but being your genuine self. And that's what people are really looking for, and that's what I'm doing. Just being myself, helping anybody who I can. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. But when it happens, it happens.
But you've hit the nail right on the head. You've hit all the things that we talk about as Neils. The things about it is about helping people. It's not pitching and selling. I mean, no. I've used this line so many times. Yours has heard me say it so many times that my main mentor that I learned from back years back you know, one of the biggest things I picked up from him was his famous line, stop pitching and selling and start providing value. And it's just like bedded into me, right? And once I got my head around that, definitely everything changed, you know, because, you know, I used to be years ago the pitching selling guy and telling people how wonderful the program was and how great the comp plan was, and, you know, all the rest of the silly mistakes that I used to make, you know. And once you realize that it's not about the program, it's not about the product, it's like you said, it's about building them relationships and helping people, everything changes.
It's not about you, what you can do for them, or not about you or the program. It's about how you can help the other person.
Yeah.
You know, get to know that person. What are the pain points? What's really going on in their lives, and seeing if you can help. So it's all it is. It's very simple, but bloody difficult to do.
It is, yeah, and you're right. It is, the routine is massive because everybody has busy lives one way or another, and then it's just a case of learning find out where you can fit things in, what you can do, what you can schedule things with. Some automation stuff definitely helps. Like I said, I've got the sort of messaging software now that helps. It did it overnight for me. You know, it sent. You know, it sent like my latest batch request overnight with a friend request and a message. But of course, you get up in the morning, my inbox DMs are blown up because everyone's responding. But that's how you want to be. And then you sort of sift through, you know, who's doing what, who's currently happy in what they're doing, who's not. As it also says, get rid of the crypto nuts and the solar ad vendors. And
once I asked them, so you do a bit of a dive on their profile, see what they're all about, and as soon as they say, "Can I send you a link to a crypto or whatever?" Oh, no, thanks, mate. Thank you, but no, thank you. Have you looked at it? No, don't want to. No. I don't open unsolicited links.
No,
so I just tell them I don't open unsolicited links.
And somebody that we follow the same pattern. I'm not interested in crypto whatsoever, you know, and they are some of the worst in some ways because they don't even take a polite no. Sometimes they just still try and persist in getting you into their wonderful investment program because they're all great because they must be because they tell me they are. Because they're all these wonderful investment schemes. But yeah, and you're right. Once you start actually having the conversation with people, I was a couple of minutes late coming on today, and I've got to jump back to that demo. I said I've got to go do my live. But again, somebody was just having trouble getting interest, getting visits, getting leads, and we're just having a conversation about, you know, what you're doing so far. Let's see if we can improve on that. Let's see if we can get you more action. Let's even get you a routine and so forth. And people do respond to that so well. Once they realize that you're not just about throwing your link at them, you know, I haven't mentioned the program that we're with, you know, I'm not trying to pitch in any way, just finding out where they're at, what program are they with, what they're trying to promote and what they've tried so far. And then you just talk about them and what they're doing. And it's a completely different conversation.
Yeah. It's more about them than it is about you then. And yeah, I completely agree. This is the very first time I've come across you, Phil. I mean, at least I know at least, but I didn't know who you were. I thought, let's jump on this live and find out what's going on here.
Yeah,
everybody
jump on this.
Thought Phil was a VIP, but he isn't yet.
I know.
I know.
Oh, don't you stop, Bob? You know, I get it. I've even had it from Wayne. I mean, Dr. M gives me so much stick. He drives me potty.
I think you've fit in just well, mate. I think you've fit in really well.
Yeah.
I know. You have a very magnetic charm, shall I say? I mean, you come over very personably. That's what's first thing that struck me within 10 seconds. So I think you do very well, mate.
Thank you very much, Bob, for the compliment. Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, Eels is my
I'll be expecting the check in the post later. Thank you.
Yeah. Eels is my personal secretary now.
Oh, right. Okay. She'll have to sign off on it. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you'll have to. You have to go through Eels first if you want.
No problem.
I now divert my calls and everything to Eels. I say, please speak to my secretary. She'll sort you out.
Your PA. Speak to your PA.
Carl's saying VIP feel. Don't you start, Carl. No, it's the latest standing joke, especially with Dr. M. And when it was quite funny was it on Friday or Saturday? We had, I think we had about 4 people on, and they're all VIPs apart from myself. And Dr. M said, "What is this? You're having a VIP live call when you're not one." And I said, well, I was in the presence of great company, because we had Chris here, we had Dr. M, we had Ills, of course.
Well, Phil, we can all learn from each other. That's what's so fantastic
Definitely.
about the group. We can learn so much. I mean, just by being on this call and listening to you, I'm learning, so it's awesome. Brilliant.
Exactly. This is what we say to the dominators. This is what Ills says to the dominators that she has. I mean, it's just like Carl said, he's starting to do a bit more. Carl's one of my dominators, but he's now becoming quite a regular. If he can't jump on the live, he's listening nearly every day, and that itself is a big step, and it's something he wasn't doing before. And we're always saying to people, because when we get to the huddles and the Zoom calls or whatever, it's generally the same people sitting there,
I'll be honest with you, it's been 3 weeks since I was on the last Dominator huddle. I just don't have the time, so I'm just only concentrating on the stuff that I need to do, rather than stuff that's optional, like say Dominator stuff. And it's all about moving that needle.
I mean, Carl just made a great comment. These are the sort of people we're working with, isn't it? I mean, once I get Dominator in my head, then yes, VIP is next, and this is. He knows, and this is why we quite selective about the people that we work with, which as you said, Ilse. I mean, you don't work with everybody, do you?
No, you can't work with everybody. You can't help everybody, because there's some people out there who want help. No matter how much help you give them, it's never enough. Like an asshole, you keep asking, but they never do any action, or they'll expect you to do everything for them, and they won't do anything for themselves. So yeah, you can't do everything for everyone. You have to be selective in that regard, and it can come across a bit cold, but it is what it is. And
but
I can only
works.
help.
I mean, it does. It works. Having the right approach works. I mean, Ilse is quite big on. She's quite selective who she works with, and I take a sort of similar stand. It's the way it needs to be, because. I mean, I love getting people on board that need the income, that need the program to work, as rather to wanting the extra money, if that makes sense. Because once you've got that difference person, someone who's they need it for health reasons to force them to give up work. They desperately need that second income. They need this side hustle to work. They've got a completely different mindset to someone who, I would love to earn a bit of extra money. I'll give it a go, see how it works out, sort of approach. Then they're not the right people. They're just, because you're thinking they're just going to wander. They're not going to have the focus. And barring one, so for all the dominators that I brought in from when I started, they're all still here. And some of them aren't earning greatly at the moment, but the head's still there, the mindset's still there, the positive attitude's still there. And 2 of them have gone VIP, and they're 100% dedicated to making it work. Like Carl's a great example. Carl's just added what Carl's just added. Once I get dominated into my head, VIP's next. We got that one. I think he responded to your comment, Bob, that when he said, yes, I have one like that, I think where you were referring to, doesn't matter how much help you give them, you can't help everybody. I think Carl's reporting to that. And Aaron, we've got Aaron listening as well. Hi, Aaron. He says that you like that. It's right. It is finding the right people, and you can be selective about who you work with. Ilse, I mean, you're quite big on who you work with, aren't you?
Yeah, I have to. They deserve my time. I have 2 dominators doing great. Well, one is flying, and I'm thinking, sorry, but I only have this amount of time left, and I want to put it in you and you and you, because you are the action takers. All the rest, pays up. Otherwise, sorry, I cannot do quality time with you guys and learn how to delegate everything and see the flow, how I do it and how you can put it in, because otherwise, Still, you have to do it yourself. But if you are thinking, I have an espresso machine and my coffee will fly out of it, yeah, no, you still have to make it.
Great analogy. Love that one. Great analogy. It's like if you're feeding your system, but it's true. You can have the best, the best coffee machine in the world, but you still got to actually put the coffee in and press the button and get it to work, don't you? And you can only help people so much, and if they're not actually putting in the work, because too many people do expect. I mean, I had a chat with Wayne recently, which I haven't talked to you about. We'll have a chat off air. But I chat with Wayne, and he said to me, talking of VIPs, and he said you'd be surprised of the amount of VIPs that come on board and do nothing. He said, and I'm talking nothing. He said they don't do anything. He said because they think they're VIP, that's it, they're done, and they're sitting there waiting for the money to come in. And he said it's crazy. And he said he's had so many come through like that, but you just think, oh, I'm VIP, that's it. The automated machine's just going to come on now, and my bank account's going to grow. But he said it doesn't do it. He said they still need to put in that work ethic and everything else. And he said, and the information and the tools and the resources they have available to them are insane, and they don't use them.
Right, guys, I'm sorry, I need to go. I've got a call coming up. So I need to get ready for it.
Yes.
All right, then. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you all for the invite. And take care. Phil, I'll catch you later, mate.
Yeah, every day at 2 p.m. UK time. If you ever want to join us, just jump on.
Awesome, mate. No problem at all. Thanks a lot, guys.
Take
care. God bless.
Thank you, Bob. Nice meeting you.
There you go.
Another one. You are doing a stellar job.
Sometimes a surprise guest.
I know, it's good. I'm just waiting for Wayne to pop up next. And
maybe somewhere.
Yeah,
give the man some time.
We'll have to get Robert next, and then Wayne.
Robert, yeah.
Because Robert's about our time of day, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to message him. Oh, look who it is! It's your superstar is watching now. Look at this. We have Leah. Yeah, you guys are awesome. And
that's my top dominator. She's
This is the one you've told me about. This is the one that's got wings and is just flying.
She has wings.
Well, Leah, you can jump on if you want. Anybody who's listening, if you've got a mic and a cam, you're welcome to jump on. Let us know, and we'll drop a link into you, and you can join us because we're here every day, 2 p.m. UK time. Day 25 of the 50. Ilse, let's let you take the floor for a little while. I mean, you said about your work day. If anybody's listening, and this is going right out to everybody, who, let's just say some people are struggling. We know that they're struggling, and they're struggling to get some leads, get some visit, and we know that generally they're not doing probably enough. If you were to give them some pointers, active pointers as to what can increase, say, visits or leads, what would your first port of call be for that person?
I will ask how many posts they do on a daily. Is it one? Pace it up to 2. How many platforms? It's easy to treat platforms without extra work. It's only 5 minutes work. Try to pick as many things out of the Facebook that we already in and are. Share the results. Those are content too.
Yes,
you can do so many things that already are provided for you. Just use it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and you're right. It is quite easy to scale up just to the next level, and then to the next level. And there are automation tools. I did a post about automation tools today, and I asked the question: is it a good or bad thing? And the most popular answer so far has been both. And to be honest, this day and age, I mean, I couldn't do without the software. The one I sent you, you asked about yesterday. It does the basics, and it's quite cheap to run. And like I said, yesterday evening, I thought I'll set it to run overnight. I set it at a slightly slower time scale, so it looked a bit normal for Facebook. And it sent out 25 targeted friend requests with messages. and you know in the morning you're going to get quite a handful of those that have responded because you're targeting mutual friends in targeted groups, and they're going to come forward. So so it's quite easy to do that twice a day. Very easy to do it twice a day. So it's quite easy to get 50 messages out a day with requests. How many is that over a month? How many is that over a week? You're talking 300 just on 50. You're talking 350 messages a week. Yeah. It soon adds up. And when I give these numbers to people, I say this is how fast these numbers add up.
Yeah.
And I remove I'm removing people as well. Now I've got that other software that analysed my Facebook. I'm getting rid of all the ones that have never interacted, never messaged, never commented. People who haven't used their accounts, people who haven't logged in since last year, clearing them out. So it's just a case of replacing the old with the new, literally. And I'm doing the regular stuff. The Facebook Live is definitely helping, without a doubt. I'm doing a regular post in the morning, a Facebook Live, you're doing a reel later on, and a story. You're ticking all these things that Facebook wants you to do. Is it a bit of a pain in the backside? Yes, sometimes. But at the end of the day, there's no good putting in the work, putting out the content and putting the effort if nobody's going to see it. So the way you got to get it seen is to keep Facebook happy. That's the way I always look at it. So
feed it.
Feed it. So keep Facebook happy. Facebook wants you to try and get on video if you can do a live. They want you to do a reel. They want you to do a story, and they want you to post a couple of times a day. If you do that and you're getting the engagement, you're responding to it, they're going to say, what we'll do now, we're going to show your post to more people, and then you get the engagement. That is how it works. And it does work. It's simple but true, and you just keep them happy, and they'll throw your stuff in front of people.
Not only people get angry, but Facebook does it too. If you don't feed it, it's just not working for you.
It does work, and it's the way to go forward. And these are the things that you need to be doing. And you focus on one platform if that's so. You're very big on reels and things like that. Do quite a bit of work on them. My main thing is Facebook at the moment. If I had a load of DMs coming in on another platform, I think I'd struggle to keep up because today's been crazy with DMs. It's just gone potty. I've had my overnight ones, and then I've sent a second batch out already this morning. So I'm trying to do now in 2 batches of 25. I'm trying to get a regular of 50, and then once Facebook are happy with that, then I can look to get it up to 60, 70, and go up from there. Carl's just put, what about TikTok? I'm not using much TikTok at the moment personally. I'll do a little bit more on Instagram and things like that. But I know you use TikTok quite a lot.
I do TikTok. You have to feed a lot. It's more everybody. It's not targeted, so you get a lot of response or likes. I use TikTok just to get very comfortable of doing it. It's short, very short, and I love to make my post in there, then Instagram, and then in the reels. But it's cold traffic. Sometimes it isn't even traffic, just people who like. You get your phone in front of your face. TikTok is a new Netflix. And everybody goes, and that's it.
And you're right, and it is a lot broader. That's probably the right word. And and if you can get, and you do need the mass reach, like what Jessie gets now and Beverly gets now. You need the mass reach, and then out of that mass, you're going to get a percentage of people that take an interest in what you do. So, and it's quite hard to get the mass reach. Once you get there, I think it sort of snowballs. It's quite easy. So I don't use TikTok much myself, Carl. I found it quite hard work, but I don't plough loads of time into it. I don't mind Instagram. It's not too bad, but the thing is, I'm semi-debating opening a new Instagram account, to be honest, only because the one I've got I've had a long time, and I had quite a few sort of dormant years of sort of 4 years or so where it wasn't used at all. I don't think that's helping me favour. I think sometimes you're better to come in with a fresh account. The only way I do it would be to try it. But again, it's putting the content out there. I mean, the reel I put out there last night that you saw, I had a couple of comments come back from that. Aaron, who was watching earlier, I don't know if he's still there. He said to me, "Where did you get that voiceover from?" I said, "That was again straight from CapCut, which is what you asked me about when I had the other one." These tools are out there, guys, and they make your life easy. And CapCut, if you haven't got it, then get it on your phone. It's an absolute godsend. It makes life so easy. So you can either put your own photo templates onto it and replace their templates with your own images, or if you find one like that one I found last night, it's quite easy. Then you can use the bulk of their video, so it does the voice, so it does the talk, and then just throw some slides in at the end. And it's easy work, isn't it? It's easy work. You just save it, put a little post on it, put some hashtags on it. Boom, you save that up. You can upload that into Instagram. You can put it onto a reel. You can do it in a Facebook story. It just bump. It's that quick, So straight away, and then you'll get views on your story. You'll get comments on your story. You get views on the reels, and stuff like that. Carl just said, I'm really thinking about splitting my Facebook account to use one purely for business. A lot of people do that, Carl. If you've got if you've got a lot of your family and friends on your account, then yeah. But I mean, personally, I've seen your account though, Carl. I would keep the one you've got for your business because you've got quite a high amount of friends and followers, and I think it'd be quite hard work for you if you then switch that to a new account and have to start again. I would utilize what you've got there because you've been trying to make money things and that before that haven't been so great, but you've got quite a mass of people there. I mean, if you want my advice, I would personally, if you're going to do a second one, do that for your family and friends, and maybe shift your family and friends over, like close friends, over to the new one, and utilize the one you've got because you've got I think he's got about 3,000 followers or something, or quite a few friends. I think it'd be quite hard to start a new Facebook account in this space from new. What do you think, Ilse?
Yes, it depends what is on your Facebook, on your Facebook itself. You can work with groups. You can do the social media and then redirect people into your group and work from there.
Have a think about it, Carl. I mean, a lot of people do have two, but personally, I would keep the one that you've got for the business side of things, and maybe if you want to have a second one for your family, I'd create a second one and maybe say to your family, use this one. That's my opinion. Going by the size of your Facebook account, I think it's quite good. And I've seen you post a couple of times, Carl, and you've got quite a lot of engagement, and I would capitalize on that personally. Because trying to create that from new would be very difficult, especially with the way Facebook algorithm is, because it's quite hard. How are we doing it? Look at our time running away again.
Yeah.
If anybody else is listening, we've got a few people watching, listening. Anybody got any questions? Throw them out. There's always a general Q&A. Look at this from Leah. You want to drop her the link?
Yes,
I think because you obviously Leah you're superstar.
She's my superstar. She is.
We all have them.
We all have a superstar. That's true.
Carl says yes. I have another one now, but only a page and moving people over bit by bit. Pages are very hard work. Facebook pages years ago used to be great, Carl. Because I used to have a Facebook page I used a lot years ago, but we're talking back in sort of 2015 or so. Facebook pages are not that good now. The reason being is that you're able to pay for boost posts on pages, not your timeline. And because they've got that feature, the only way you're really going to get content seen if you're looking for content is to pay for it. That's the idea. You're not going to get a viral page. I mean, I created some old, really viral pages, really viral pages years ago. She's not in yet. And they are still viral to this day. I mean, but they are a niche targeted around sort of TV programs, things like that. She's coming on now. Here she is. Let's bring her in.
My Canadian superstar. Here you are.
God.
I've heard so much about you, Leah. I've heard so much about you. It was your new superstar by all accounts.
I have a new superstar.
Not yet. Slowly getting there.
No, you're booming, really.
Aaron's just said to me, "Where's the link so you know who's here?" Not quite know what you're referring to. I can see people that's here. This is being streamed live onto my Facebook group and my timeline, and my phone tells me who's watching and everything. So, but Aaron, if you've got a mic and a cam and you want to jump on, then just shout and we'll get a link to you. So Leah, tell us all about yourself. I've heard so much about you. I feel like I know you already because it was just constantly sings your praises and says how wonderful you are. So I think you should cancel your OLSP account and come over to me. Just kidding.
Never.
It is great.
I'll fight you for it.
She is honestly the best mentor ever.
Look at that.
I've done a bunch of different programs, and really I talk about mentorship on TikTok quite a bit because it's huge. If you don't have the support you need to get started when you have questions, then you'll struggle. So she's been awesome. Robert's been awesome. Wayne's been awesome. Dr. M.
Is this another one of yours?
Melanie, I think.
We have a Melanie. Not one
Hello,
of yours,
Melanie.
no? Hello, Melanie.
One of the VIPs. I know Melanie is one of the VIPs.
Not another one. Look what you're doing, all this work. My personal secretary is blowing up my Facebook Live. I'm gonna employ Leah. I mean, it was as my personal secretary, and send everybody to book through Hills. Hi, Melanie. Can you hear us? We haven't got a picture, but we can see you that you've joined. Have you got a microphone? We're not hearing anything at the minute. So Leah, we'll come back to you for the minute. What have you done before, and what brought you to OLSP and ILS? Tell us your story.
I tried Legendary Marketer in January when I was first on stress leave from the hospital, and their $7 2-week course really doesn't give you any kind of information. And then I tried RPM for 3 weeks, and that's where ILS found me. And I was struggling, and she was actually the only person that offered to help. I wasn't able to post questions in the group. My mentor was very rude to me. And when I came over to OLSP, I had everything set up in 2.5 days. I had my first commission at 5 days. I've got a bunch of people under me now. I've got 4 more joining within the next couple of days. So
she was on the leaderboard, number 26 in just 5 days.
Yeah,
I know you said. Oh, we've lost Melanie again. We had Melanie pop up on. Hopefully she'll come back in a minute. But I think that you've highlighted a massive point there, Leah. I mean, you said you were in the RPM group. I was with RPM, and I came over to here for my own reasons that everyone knows about. But I was in there, and you highlighted a massive point that you weren't getting the support, and that's the big one. You weren't getting the support, you weren't getting the help. And now look at you. And the way I look at it is, look what this person has lost out on with someone like yourself. You're building a team, you're flying on all 4 cylinders, and the good people are out there, and they just need that help. And this all goes back down to what we talk about is helping people.
exactly.
It was reached out and helped you, and look what's coming of it. It's great to see, and unfortunately, too many people in the industry just see other people as a number, and that's all they see them people in. They get them on board, they're a number, great, move on to the next one, and that's not what it's about. Ilse is brilliant at what she does, and you're a shining example of it. You're now come on building a team. You're teaching what you're learning through Ilse as well, and reaping what you sow.
I'm learning much about from Leah too. That's a 2-way street. So
we're also learning about time zones too, because I'm on the west coast of Canada, so it's not even 7 a.m. here yet.
You're up already.
Yeah.
Look at that. Well,
I
this is
know.
my regular. This is my regular slot. It's 2 p.m. UK time, so we're. I think. What time are you there, Eels? Are you an hour in front?
+1 from you.
You're +1. Yeah, you're +1. So this is the regular one, but it's getting good. I mean, Eels is really blowing my live up, which is doing fantastic. She's
She
here
does
most
that.
days now. She is. She's doing so well. She's telling everybody about it. She's telling people on the Zooms and the huddles, and fair play. She's doing a wonderful job.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know, she's the best.
she is the
Aw.
best. She's our queen. But so I'm going to now start redirecting calls and messages through to Ills, and I'm going to get her as my
I get a
personal-
percentage.
Yeah, we work something out. Yeah. So let's. Carl's just dropped a comment in. Carl has said, "Leah, that's about when I start too." So he was replying to when you said, so he replied. He starts at 7 a.m. I mean, Carl is definitely looking to change what he's doing. He's a tour bus driver or a coach driver, and he does averages 15-hour days, and most days he doesn't even get home. So I think he's not due home again now until Saturday, and he wants more. He's been doing that a lot of years, over 30 years, and he wants a bit more time at home, and he's got a brilliant attitude, and I know he'll do it, and he's getting better now. He's come back through to himself a bit more.
Yeah, I used to do 12-hour shifts at the hospital. It was 7 to 7. Sometimes they were 16-hour days. I've been on stress leave again since the beginning of June, so I've been kind of just putting all my effort into this now to keep myself busy.
And it's going well.
It is.
And,
I don't really want to go back to healthcare.
I see the energy she sometimes gets by doing this. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
I think because when I was in healthcare, I always wanted to finish my nursing because I really want to help people. I have a thing, I can just help people when they're in very difficult situations. That's who I am. And making an impact on people's lives when they're in the hospital. But I think now the patients are changing a lot. People are coming to the hospital sicker. I'm not having the same impact I was having on people, so I don't really feel like I'm helping them in a way that they are going to need it. So.
But I don't know. I mean, the healthcare has changed a lot over the years. Anyway, I know over here in the UK, it's really changed for the worse. Years ago, you used to have the decent sort of nurses and the carers in the industry that actually cared about what they were doing. But now, too many it's just a job. It's just it's just a wage at the end of the day. And you're smiling already. So it's obviously the same where you are. And it's different people now. The work ethic's not the same, is it?
It's not, no. And it's definitely scary when you have nurses that haven't even been nurses for 8 months and they already don't want to be in the hospital. We're losing a lot of the nurses are 2 years and under. So, and then we have all the baby boomers retiring on top of that. And it's just, I don't think COVID did us any favors in the health department. It showed so many holes in our system and we've never recovered. So
I think it's the same all around. COVID made a lot of people go, didn't it? Made a lot of people step out of the industry, and rightly so. It was hard for what they're having to deal with. But hey, well, Lee, you're here, so now you know where we are every day.
yeah,
you've got this is our
have to
regular
get up
slot.
really early.
Yeah, again, I said we don't mind if you join us halfway through. We'll excuse you as you is a little bit early. But my Leah, I mean, Ilse often comes in late, so it doesn't really matter. She's often 10, 15 minutes late,
Oh, she stays up till 2 a.m. with me, her time.
Yeah, 3 a.m, 7 a.m. back up. Going back.
It's this is what we do, isn't it? But you put in the effort, you get the rewards. It's you got to put the time, you got to put the effort, and you got to connect with these people.
But I like it, but I'm a little bit different than the normal people around. I only sleep 4 hours. I don't need more. So yeah.
You're just like a little robot, aren't you, Ilse, really?
Yeah, they call me. A little Duracell rabbit that goes tuk, 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 tuk. Yeah, that's what they call me.
Oh, we'll have to get you a little model now, little character. the Duracell bunny. That's
Yeah,
it.
the Duracell bunny. Yeah.
But I think that story you said, I think it really highlights what I think is a brilliant story. That so highlights what we talk about on here every day, doesn't it? It was about helping people. You were posting questions for help, and you weren't getting it, and it all steps in, and now look, it's just that one reach out to help. What a difference it makes, because so many people just want that support, they want that help and guidance, and it's not a case of pitching and trying to get you to join anything. It's reaching out, helping people. It's completely different.
Yeah, I mean, we're all doing the same journey. Like, why not help each other? It doesn't make sense to sit there and tell someone, well, it's your business, you need to figure it out. Like, yes, but you're doing the same steps as I am, so why can't you just answer my question, right? Like, you're going to get a lot further ahead if you're helping someone.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, that's actually 100% right. 100% right. And there are too many people, unfortunately, that we've touched on. It's about their team, their matrix, their build, their group, and that doesn't work. It doesn't get it, because they're just isolating themselves from everybody else. I speak to my dominators and say, become the person that people want to join, and that's what it's all about. The sooner you do that. And give out the help, give out the value, do the videos, do whatever you can, and go out your way to help somebody that we do on a regular basis. Even they're not part of your team. We spoke about a guy yesterday, didn't we? He reached out to me and asked for help because he wasn't getting any joy, he wasn't getting any interaction, he didn't know what to do. And I took a look at his profile. It had nothing to do with me, not my team, not going to benefit from me anyway. But he came to me and asked for help, and then you don't mind looking when they approach you like that. That's what it's all about.
Definitely.
So there we go. Els, anything to add about yours? Can you build your superstar up any more than you already have? I mean,
Oh yeah. She's gonna rock it harder than you think. I'm sure of it. Yeah.
September, after my vacation.
that's it.
Yeah.
Look out, Jesse, and at the top then.
Yeah, I'm coming for Jesse.
No, you're coming for Jesse.
Yeah, everybody wants Jesse's crown. I'm going to have a word.
Competition.
The Legend's crown. Oh, it's hard work.
I think he needs to be moved out of the leaderboards just to give everybody else a chance.
Yeah. Phyllis jealous.
Just put him on his own somewhere. Give him
Oh no.
But no, we all like Jesse, good guy. Okay, we've seriously overrun again, but it's been great. We had Melanie appear and disappear. I don't know if she had trouble with her connection. She was there and then she went, but it's been really, really good. I think we've got another comment just popped up. I don't know when that was there. And Carl's just added. Okay, he's got to go and he's learnt more again. Thank you. Just what we said about it. Turning up for these lives, turning up for the huddles, the Zooms, everything. People are going to learn stuff all the time. We learn stuff all the time. It's all part of what we do. It's not just about putting out content. It's getting that knowledge in.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Els, for more of your work that you're getting these people to join in. Is getting quite popular. More people join in. Leah, great to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you from Els. But hey, you're welcome. You're welcome to join us anytime. We're here every day, 2:00. My time, not your time.
That's like
2 p.m. UK
UK
time. Oh, is it that or 2? Yeah, you can make that. You just about got off a call then with Els, so you might as well come straight on.
True.
I'm getting the evil now from the Duracell bunny. That's gonna stick.
That's gonna stick.
So thank you, Els. Thank you, Leah. We're approaching the hour mark, so we better wrap it up. I hope we've got some help, some great value today. Thanks all for joining us. Whatever you're doing, a great day, and we'll catch you on the next live. So thanks everybody, and see you next time. Cheers now.